Hi, I'm Jale. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a general collective reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus for the month of December 2019. This being the last month of the decade, that is, the 2010s is coming to a close. So obviously I want to sort of see what is going on for you guys. As per, all of my other monthlies, my guides wanted to do something different. Obviously, with Aries being the first sign, the first fire sign, it's very much that fall energy, that pioneering spirit. We're going to do an enchanted, I don't know why I'm saying that weird, Mercury shadow period. Mercury in retrograde shadow period. Yeah, so we're going to do the enchanted Lenormand, the bigger picture spread, okay? I was going to use my other tarot cards and my guides were like, no. Use the big picture spread. I was like, okay. So what that will be is it will be a 36 card spread looking at the general energies that you guys can expect to see for the month of December 2019. And yeah, I'm feeling some real mix of energy here. First of all, before I dive in, I'm feeling this really, I want to say intrepid. It's like an anticipation here, a nervousness. There's something in the air that it's not quite tangible to me. It's like there's a little confusion, a little bit of it, nervous anticipation. Now, obviously, we're coming up to Christmas, so maybe you guys are extremely excited already. But it's like something. I feel like something's coming. Something's on its way. That. It's hidden, and I like to dig. I like to really get in there and dig and see what exactly is going on. Move along, orb, move along. Right, so let's just see if they want to bring any other information through before we get into this enchanted Lenormand thread. I'm also really excited, and I keep feeling like I want to kind of, I don't know, like celebrate something. I'm just seeing a baby. Someone might be finding out they're pregnant in this month. I'm hearing big news. Big changes, big news. So yeah, let's kind of, let me just see if there's anything else I want to say. As you can see, I'm totally distracted. Now, I'm actually filming this on the 25th of November, and the moon is currently conjunct Mercury in Scorpio, which opposes Aries, and my Mercury is in Aries. So there's a lot going on in my head. There's a heck of a lot of energy around at the moment, but this is some real powerhouse energy. So it's very fitting that, firstly, my guides wanted to do a different spread, and secondly, that this is the day I'm doing it. There's no coincidence when I do these readings as well. Let's just see what else. I've got my new guide coming forward, my new guide that's just come through that is offering to help me with these readings. Let me just see what he wants to say. Okay, interesting. What he's saying is, if you've doubted that, I feel like people are reviewing over the last 10 years, because obviously it is the end of a decade, we're getting into the 2020s, okay? I feel like people are just trying to justify their time that they've spent, and it's like there's something, it's like an itch you can't quite scratch. They're saying that the time is justifiable. Don't beat yourself up. If you feel like there's a shortage of time, or you haven't quite reached what you wanted to reach within this, decade, within this month, within this last year, take it as it resonates. I feel like there's a secondary bit of information we need to get here, because it's not quite, there's something evolving from this that isn't quite ready or to be seen. So I kind of feel like you are definitely going to get some insight into this around the December month, but I feel like this is going to carry forward into the April month as well, in terms of your actual solar return. So they're saying right now, get on with it. Understood. Okay, so let's just let's shuffle this deck first. I'm getting all excited. Right, let's get some good news. Right, so Aries, general collective Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs here, please. Oh, going everywhere. They're desperate to talk here. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Getting all excited. Right. General collective Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs for the month of December 2019. Spirit, please. Could you let me know what is the general collective energy for Aries for December? I'm just linking in as well. 2019. I'm not going to tell you what that card was. I've got a big cheesy grin. I think you can probably already know. What is the general color? Oh my goodness, guys. It's all washing away. It's all welcome to your new life. Welcome to, I know that's a big statement, but I've got to say it. The tower's just come out. And it's not, I'm not, again, if I didn't have this real amazingly excitable energy, I wouldn't be saying that. But it's like they're washing away the old, ready for the new, because there's some decent new. So if you've been having crumbs and sort of general fuckery, you know, this is going to change, because this is it's you're starting as you mean to go on. But let me keep shuffling. General collective sign of Aries, please. Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs for the, I'm getting all giddy again, for the month of December. Goodness sake, I wish they'd channel this information a bit less cringe, you know. Aries, they're having a go at me now for moaning. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. All's being revealed. Moon in reverse. Illusions are dissipating. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs for... I can see clearly now. The rain has gone, I'm hearing. Right, there's a lot of information going on at the moment. Moon's in Scorpio at the moment, which is in my natal moon, conjunct Mercury. So we're going to be getting all kinds of weird messages through today, guys. So just bear with me. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs for the month of December 2019, please. They're saying stop having guides. Okay, shall I just put all the cards out first? 4, 6. Okay, here we go. Sorry guys, I'm putting all 36 cards out, and then we'll dive in. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so the first card that's come out is the Bouquet. News, arrivals, excitements, nervous anticipation, unexpected surprises, a doorway, an opening, a reception. I'm hearing big news. I just keep hearing big news, okay? The second card, and bearing in mind, I'm reading this in terms of most important to last appointment. Now, because obviously Aries is the first sign, with that being the Bouquet, this is the very central theme. There is going to be surprises. There is going to be, and it's going to be when it's like you might feel nervous about something and then bam, but it's a good surprise. It's not what on earth is going on, are you having a laugh? Like, can we all just, you know, what's the deal? It's better than that, okay? So with the second card being the home, this can be related to the country you're in, the home life you're in. So positive surprises around your home, positive surprises around the self, your body. I'm hearing better body image, better self-confidence. The home is also Cancerian energy, so there could be a link to a Cancerian, because it is the 4th house. Because it is the second card, this could also be a Taurus. This could be possessions, property, positive news around possessions, property, home life. I'm hearing renewal, a renewed sense of self and a renewed sense of commitment, okay? Now, with the third card being the Mountain card, I'm hearing that there is a grounded approach that you guys have been taking with this. Okay, so also Mountain can stand for separation, something being on hold, something potentially being blocked. Maybe a potential renewal that is it's been extended, or you feel like maybe isn't as forthcoming because there's some general delays. But as I can see here, it's like there is a growing period. There's an incubation period here, because I'm seeing the other kind of main cards in this spread is the tree, the dog, and the female, okay? So if this is not, if this is not you moving home and potentially relocating to other, I want to say continent, because they've just given me that word. This could also be a love situation that is in a growth period. I'm hearing a growth spurt. So you could be getting somewhere around the month of December, and then there could be a pause or a hold in order for that to be progressing on to the next stage or level. Now, because we've also got the dog, which is in the last position here, the dog stands for loyalty. The dog stands for an everlasting connection, something that has longevity, something that is, I'm hearing, meant to be, has sustained opportunity that will grow you and a partnership and also a future. There's a future involved in this, but I feel like there might be a little bit of something on hold here. So I'm just linking in with the energies and the guides just so I can get another kind of feel to what is the deal here. There is definitely a choice as well to be made here. It could be that you've got a choice of lovers, but you could also have a choice of residents, a choice of friends. It's like there's other people around you here that also are wanting your time and energy. That I'm also seeing a potential for a commitment in some way or form, but I don't know if it's to do with a love interest or a friendship or potentially a family. It could be that you're entering into a contract with a family member that is going to sustain you, and therefore that's why a potential love interest is on hold, because I'm seeing the ring, the girl, the rider and the house all in one column, and then surrounding that is the mountain, okay, the bouquet and the tree. Something does want to come forward, okay, but I'm hearing divine timing. So if you're having more growth within a family opportunity, a home opportunity, something within your own life rather than externally, I want to say, it could be even a fitness. It could be that you're prepared, you're really focused on your own health and well-being and general kind of overall self-love, you know. Something does want to come through in terms of a love interest, but it feels like this could be a little bit on and off with this mountain, a little bit blocked, and also a reference to divine timing, whereby you could start seeing the seeds that are being planted at this time, and then the fruition may not be until April next year. With the key and the clover, there is something lucky about this connection, and this person probably will end up coming forward towards you. But again, the key being a lot to do with the divine timing. It's like that, yes, it is to potentially two halves of a whole that are coming together. And yes, there is an unlocking to this. But with it being underneath the mountain, the key being underneath the mountain, it's like it's not quite time. Because what they want you to do is they want you to assess what it is you need to wrap up, resolve, clarify, do in this month before we transition into a new decade and a new year, okay? They're saying it's very, very important for you, because this is the thing, we're going into a number 3 month, okay, in a 3 year, okay, which is essentially, you know, all about kind of Virgo energy. So it's very much about that kind of being of service, okay? So if you're used to being of service to others, you must make sure that you are pulling that back to yourself and honoring your needs in this month, because it's like the quicker you wrap up what you need to do in terms of karma and in terms of your own development, it means that this energy can come forward a lot quicker, okay? There is a little bit of confusion around you, okay? Now, again, because I'm seeing the ring, the clouds and the mice all in a succession around each other, this suggests to me that there is potentially a commitment coming, but there's confusion and also a lack to do with it, okay? And also the other energies are on the other side of the spread. So other potential energies to do with love, they are in the periphery, they are around, but it's like that's not to be your focus. That's essentially something that will come in due course, because we've also now got the moon next to the mountain as well, which is signifying to me that something isn't quite clear, something isn't quite ready to come into fruition, which is obviously backing up what I previously said. There's a tidying up period, because again, we're seeing the broom, the stars, the anchor and the moon also in another column, which is surrounding this whole first initial energy with yourself. So again, it's like that kind of cutting through what is meant for you and what isn't, clearing the confusion out, I'm hearing what is meant to be will always be for you. Putting down roots, but making sure you're putting down roots for you, okay? Not with someone else in mind, or not with a premise of I'll do this for them because then they'll come to me quicker. It's like this has to be your own plan, your own guidance. I'm hearing divine guidance that is right for you at the right time in the right place, okay? I keep feeling as well a pressure to move somewhere. So if you feel like you're being under pressure to move, you must double check, is this your move or is this a pressure externally? Because what Spirit is saying here is again, we've got a lot of confusion, a lot of choices here where the energy is showing me, because again, the clouds, the more shinier part of where the cloud is facing is away from the person, okay? Now, what that suggests to me is that there is a lack of clarity here, okay? There is a lack of clarity. If this lady was facing the other direction, as you can see with the light that is shining from this cloud's face, because the clouds do tend to stand for a clouded judgment or confusion, I would be inclined to say that you've got the answers and you're rushing off, because we've also got the rider here, okay? The rider is about communication, fast movement, travel. I'm hearing initiation. It could be that you're starting something new, or you want to start something new, but you don't quite know what. What I would say about that is get you sorted first, okay? So if you've had a health issue, focus on that. If you've, maybe you've got some kind of, there's a self-care influence here that they're asking you to really focus on, because once that's been really kind of balanced and resolved, it's going to allow this other energy to come in. They're saying yes. Let me just see what else is going on here. There is definitely some, you are going to get a choice here, because we've got the clover above the path, okay? Which is, again, the first column. We've got the bouquet, the clover, the path, and the tree. You're going to have a potential few opportunities here that you're going to be offered, okay? And they're very quick to say not all of these offers are going to benefit, all right? You could have a few people come towards you offering you a cup, but the cup's empty. You could have an offer for a new employment, but there's something not quite coming to sort of full development, full capability within the situation. And they're saying, because I'm seeing the rider that is following in the running in the different direction. So it's saying to me, don't be hard on yourself if you're getting a lot of these opportunities through, and then you can't say yes to them. Do not beat yourself up. Really do not beat yourself up, because essentially what you're doing is they're not quite ready, and the reason they're not quite ready is there's something better. It's not to say you don't deserve them. It's not to say that you're not going to ever have this good, offering, or something is not going to come to fruition. It just means that's not for you. Maybe this person's offering crumbs, they're in a third party, and you know in your heart that this is absolute rubbish, and that they're just coming and going as they please, and they think that you're some kind of fool because you're just going to say yes to everything. It's like, just let them be on their way. Let them chase their own tail. You don't need to enter into that energy. This is going to provide you or require you to have a very, very strong sense of focus, because it is a distraction. It's a very distracting energy. As I told you before at the beginning of the reading, I'm sat here all giddy and all excited, and then look at what we're being shown. So yeah, I mean, I'm not saying don't get excited and just be miserable. I'm saying make sure the excitement is about you and your life. Make sure you're not placing that excitement externally, because essentially these offers are brilliant, don't get me wrong, but there's always going to be, it just feels like there's a little catch to all of them for this month, okay? Yeah, because look, this is about closing out cycles, right? We've got a lot of very positive cards that are on the opposite side of where I'm looking, essentially. So very far away in energy. Now, around each of the corners of the cards of the board, there's going to be potentially two offers in terms of romantic connection, okay? One offer potentially was from the past that is coming back in, And this, I feel, is possibly the better of the two options. This could be a fair-haired person, okay? So take it as it resonates. If you are a fair-haired person, they are also going to be a fair-haired person, or someone that's lighter in appearance. This is something that may have been closed out once before, or you didn't think was coming to fruition, but is coming back around. There's a new renewal, there's an excitement, but because it's the sun energy, I'm seeing the coffin and the sun. This was once closed and has now been reopened back up. This could have been around the summer months when it was closed out. It doesn't have to be, but this could also be a pause at the moment and then be re-established around the Aries month, and again back in the Leo month, and again in Sagittarius. So again, there's a little cycle here of fire sign energy within this connection, where they're rekindling a connection around Aries, all the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So the previous contact could have been around Leo season, August, okay, end of July, sort of end of August. And again, hitting on upon Sagittarius season up until the end of December could be the first initial contact. But don't forget what I said before. Don't forget what I said before, where my mind's just gone blank. They're all laughing at me. One sec. Let me just... By the way, if I keep pausing the video when I'm channeling, and this is going to sound a bit rank, but my nose goes absolutely insane. So I'm sure you don't want to see me blowing my nose every 2 seconds. So if it keeps jumping, it's because I'm obviously trying not to have that situation. Okay, guys, I've used every known essential oil, incense known to man. I'm just getting stronger olfactory sensations. I can smell things, so chances are if you're eating something at the moment, I'm sat here going, what is that smell? They're eating something. Yeah, I can smell it. Okay, so I know it's weird, isn't it? Okay, so back to the situation at hand. So this situation that I've mentioned around the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius period, and again, if it doesn't resonate, just take what does and leave the rest. It's a general reading. This was a situation that was closed off in one of those periods of times or in the past, okay? It's now coming back for renewal within Sagittarius season around the December month, but there's something that might not quite get off the ground. There's something that might not be allowed, one moment, that might not be allowed to get off the ground, okay? Several different reasons. If it's not to do with the third party, okay, then it's to do, I'm hearing indecision, okay? This is indecision, and just let them do what they need to do. You do not need, in my opinion and their opinion, don't entertain third parties. This is, you are not second choices. End of story. I don't care if it's twin flame, you know, quadruple flame, soul flame, whatever the other million other different labels that people are coming up with nowadays. No. Just know you're Aries. Like, just do you, you know. You guys are law unto yourselves. I'm an Aries Taurus cusp, so I can relate somewhat. Don't even entertain it. Just let them worry about this situation themselves, because I'll be honest with you, chances are it's karmic, and whatever they're going to go through is going to hit their ass. So let it carry out. You don't need to be involved in that, and I'll tell you that now, because I'm seeing again that this could be karmic, because I'm seeing the prophecy card and the pathway card, and also the fish card. Okay, so we're swimming in circles. It could also be a Pisces energy. Okay, it could also be someone who's incredibly intuitive, but let them deal with it. And I'll tell you this for a fact. Recently I tuned in. This is so interesting. And this isn't a client. This is just an observation. It wasn't a paying client, so I'm not divulging anything secretive or confidential, obviously. But I've come across a situation where I saw a past life connection karmically hit the person's arse in such a big way. They were married to someone in the past. They had a child with that person. They went to fight a war. They never came back. But what they didn't know was that the wife, who said goodbye, never saw them again, ended up having, there was another woman involved, right? This person didn't find out until after they'd passed away. And now what the situation is in this lifetime is the male in the situation who went to war and didn't come back is now with the woman who was the other woman in the past life, who is now pregnant, okay? and actually she's married, right? And actually the baby isn't even his. And the other woman who was previously involved, who was previously the wife, has done a goodbye. Off you go. I've learned what I need to learn this in this situation. I'm off. Because what's going to happen there is that whole karmic situation is going to blow up, and the person who was incredibly hurt initially, which would have been the two females, but that one of the other females has actually still entertaining this whole mess. The other female's distanced herself. And justice is going to be on that person's side, because that's how karma works. In my understanding, that's how karma works. Meanwhile, the male in the situation is going to understand that the child isn't his child, and it's all going to blow up, and it's going to be learned incredibly late. All right? Confusing, yes. It is very confusing, past lives, okay? The woman involved in the situation, who's now got two men, also hasn't learned, and also there's going to be karma involved, whereby the other woman who has held her head high and walked off is going to be in some way gifted, because there was no entertaining that energy just because a previous hurt was advised or acknowledged. Just because a previous hurt does not mean to say you involve yourself in that situation. You walk, go. Because what will happen is the universe will recalibrate this, and you will end up gaining something that is outside of the situation, because something will be brought to you. And I've seen it a million times coming. That's why when I hear about these people doing all these spells about, I'm going to do this to this person, I'm going to do a shut the F up spell, I'm going to do this, I'm like, okay. Shame you couldn't have looked at the bigger picture there, because if you'd have looked at the bigger picture there, this has been an ongoing cycle, and all you're doing is you're buying into that energy, and the next time this happens, you'll have more of this energy to deal with, and the next time this happens, you'll have... So all you're doing is you're trapped in a cycle that you're never leaving. We're here to close cycles. This is a month to close cycles. I'm telling you now, if you feel like you have to entertain it and they're a friend, okay, by all means have a conversation, but you must keep very firm boundaries, because this spread right here is telling me that this is going to come into your benefit if you honor yourself fully, okay? And by honoring yourself, that means you do not sink to that level, and it is sinking to a level, because why? You know better. If you've got this information, you already know better. If they don't want to look into the situation and they want to sit in a victim's, mentality and going, oh, I can't get out of it, 8 of swords, I'm trapped. You're not trapped. This is ego. And you want to be in the situation, but you obviously don't. So better off just to let that carry out. And I say that for twin flames as well. Let it all carry out, because the more you get involved in that energy, when there's karma involved, it's going to impact you. You're going to drag yourself into a situation where you don't need to have karma from it, because you've learned. It's like okay, that situation where obviously he went to war, didn't come back. The woman was left with the child and never saw the guy again. Of course, that's horrible situation. But there was an abandonment wound there, okay? So now the focus is about the self, is about allowing that person to go off and for them not to be responsible for that person's happiness. And that's what that person learned. And the reason I know this is because that person is me, okay? So do not entertain it. Do not entertain it. Don't entertain it, because trust me, you're going to end up... not only are you going to end up having something being given or gifted to you, there's going to be so much light shed on this situation that even if you never hear an acknowledgement from the other person, I promise you that because I feel like my guides really want me to explain this to you, because there's a few individuals here, if not all of you, that are going to relate to this situation, and my guides are really wanting me to kind of explain this. So do not look at it as a reflection of you. It's not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of them and what they haven't learned. Do you, just do you, So that's the first option. So the first option will come back around. Flaky McFlaky, son, do they want to offer something? Do they not? Do they just let them? You know, just let them waste their own time. I know that sounds incredibly like rude, but what do you want me? You know. But, oh yeah, lovely. Hi, brilliant. Thanks. So the other situation, because there is going to be another potential love scenario within this situation, is going to be a bit hidden. There's going to be something underneath, which could be to do with this previous example I gave. One, there's going to be something hidden with it, where they're not quite being honest, and one is going to be a renewal of an old connection, okay? So there's two options, essentially, and you're going to witness this. You're going to see this around the month of December, all right? Oh, my guys make me laugh. They're saying, who do you choose? You decide. Oh, I can hear it in the Big Brother voice as well. Those who know me are going to know what I'm talking about there. Okay. For some reason, this could also be in the public eye, because for that Big Brother reference, one or two of these individuals could be in the public eye. Okay. Around the first male, the one that is being secretive, there could be a prior commitment with a third party involved there that... Oh my God, it's so funny. And I was about to say something, and my guy was like, wants their cake and wants to eat it as well. So my guy's not a big fan, just a FYI. So obviously you decide, that my guy's going off on me. No, they don't decide. They know right from wrong. And this person also knows right from wrong. They know what they're doing. They're trying to get what they can. Okay, we get you. I'm passing it on. You're probably going to have one of those individuals who is probably a little bit sneaky. Going to be just honest with you now. One of those individuals who probably you put to bed, put to rest, is going to come back into the picture, okay? And again, there's a link with the summer months, or they could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There's something around a fire sign, okay? The first one sec. Both of these people could also have previously had third parties when you were around. The one that's still a little bit sneaky around the December time is going to still have the third party around them, okay? This could be the person who is darker haired, but it doesn't have to necessarily be them. It's going to be the person that has showed or will be showing loyalty or reliability, okay? Because I can see the dog, the fox, the book, and the man, okay? Now, the book is something usually closed, hidden, secretive, and the fox is usually someone who's a little bit sneaky, okay? Now, with it being around the dog, I just don't feel like it's, I mean, look, this is why I'm talking about the confusion here, because on one hand, we've got the sneaky one that's offering loyalty, and then on the other hand, the Sun connection one, so the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or the one that was discontinued in Aries, Leo, Sagittarius month, that had a third party, would have closed out that third party, right? But you are probably going to need to use discernment, because it's not clear which one is which. This is where the problem lies. So you might have more than one choice in this situation, all right? Let's have a look. The one that's sneaky, there could be an age gap, okay? So you could have a significant age gap around the other one that's been sneaky. Now, they could be involved in your social media or spying on you on social media. There could also be a significant age gap with the sneaky one. With the Sun one, who has closed out a third-party situation, if they're not very extraordinarily intuitive, then it could just be that you are currently having readings around this individual, or have done in the past, or have read the cards for this person, or you've read for them, and they went in circles before, maybe went with a third party that's been closing out, and now they're wanting to come forward towards their happiness, because they're acknowledging their happiness. They know where their heart is now, okay? The first, as I say, when they were around the third party initially, there could have been a few porcupines, which mean lies. But this time round, I feel like they're just going to be right. There's going to be, it looks like rivalry here. It just looks like there's rivalry. to win your affections. And I feel like what Spirit are trying to say here is that just don't make any quick decisions, because I just feel like the full picture hasn't been realised. You know, with the situation with the male that has closed off from the karmic partner or the other third party, has it really been closed off? Because again, I'm getting a vibe here that there might have been... Is there another renewal coming which isn't on, you know, aware of? It's like they're just saying here, they're asking me to use another deck. What deck am I using? This one? Yeah. It's like there's just something that isn't quite... It's like you've got people making moves and saying they're going to do all these brilliant things, but are they really? And it is... this is the thing. One person, I think, is definitely trying to play their cards right and lie. Because, as I say, we've got the male, the book, the fox, and the dog. So they might... It's like there's a lot of mirroring going on. Let's check. So, scenario number 1, Spirit, with the fire sign link, with the coffin, the girl, the fire sign, and the male. What else can you tell me about predicament 1, which could have a link to Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy? They're asking me to count the cards now. 1 sec. Guys, give me 2 seconds, because they're just giving me an updated bit of information here. Interesting. This fire sign male, if it's not a fire sign male, this is the scenario number 1, which was previously closed out, could have had a third party around. It doesn't have to necessarily be that there was a third party around. It could have just been that it was closed off and that you didn't hear anything about it again. I feel there is something very genuine about this, because the bouquet that I mentioned at the beginning, which is about a renewal and offering, I feel is coming from this male, okay? And I feel like that is possibly the more genuine of the two. And the top of the deck with the cards here, the Psychic Tarot's Balance, which is Libra, could be a Libran. This is Justice as well. What was I just saying earlier? The other person, let me just double check this here. Let me get to the bottom of this. Yeah. The male that I've mentioned is definitely the more loyal, the first, which had a link to the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and the Libra energy, that could have closed something off with you and then is suddenly making an appearance in December, all right? And is offering something, but you're not quite sure because there's obstacles. The energy is a bit stagnant, you're still not sure. This person is coming forward as the dog, right? Which is interesting, because the other energy I mentioned, which is the other secondary party, is also coming forward as the dog, but isn't the dog, isn't the loyal energy, isn't the loyal party, all right? The second energy that's coming forward, that is hiding potentially another, that is definitely still hiding something. There's either a third party or there's something they're hiding here, guys. And I'm not just saying this for a giggle. This is legit. I can feel it in the pit of my stomach. I feel like someone's kicked me in my stomach. And my heart doesn't feel quite right. So I'm just picking up that vibe that, again, throat chakra. Someone is not saying everything, right? That person is going to communicate in this month. They probably are going to send all these little nice texts and like, hi, you know, flirty messages, you know, let's do this, propositioning, but they're hiding something. So I'm just going to FYI you, okay? What I would do is, if you don't know the difference between the two, let's get some more information, because I feel like there's going to be a few people sat here going, well, how do I decide? The Aries, Leo, Sagittarius link doesn't add up for me. Okay. Can you tell me please about option 1, which is the more significant of the two options, which was the coffin, the girl, the sun, and the male? What is something significant about this person, please, that you can clarify for us? Thank you. What is the significant energy that we can use to discern? Yeah, I feel like they could have lighter hair, but let me just double check this here. One of them could be darker. I feel like it's the lighter of the two, but let's just clarify this, because not everyone is going to have that as the same. What is the one defining feature that can identify this choice, please? Wow. Could be a Capricorn. We've got temptation. So can you see there's something, because this is the thing, when I link in with this energy, they're getting sneaky now, aren't they, eh? They're getting sneaky now. All right then, devil. What's going on here then? Because we're not going to get fooled. Okay. Because I was like, are you having a laugh? Like, what is that? So this could be someone, this is the magician here, okay? I pulled the devil, which is temptation, the magician, intuition, and then the fulfillment of wishes. This is a 9 of cups, all right? We've also got 6 of cups. This energy here is extraordinarily strong sexual energy. Just going to put it out there. This is someone who's legit. I don't feel like I feel like the devil energy here is more sexual passion. But I feel like the advisory with this could be in terms of any codependency, any addictions, any addictive behavior that they're displaying. This is why there's a block in this. Don't forget, because all of this brilliant information is great, but then don't forget we saw that there's this bouquet, this house, and then the mountain. So this person's going to come forward and it's going to be, oh my goodness, great, lovely, brilliant, bang, something else is going to happen. What I want you to do is, when this happens, just go, this is not the end of the world. I expected this to happen. I expected this to happen. Let that person do what they need to do and I'll do me. Because this is to do with another karmic, okay? And so you have to let the cycle close out. Now, what happens after that is dependent on what they choose to do. Because they might turn around and take 7 million years to sort this out. Bye. Because who's going to wait for that and put their life on hold? I hope nobody would. I mean, look, I know that sounds incredibly cut and dried, but I do not feel that the right thing to do in these situations is to sit and put your whole life on hold. I just don't. Sorry. Like, now, if you feel like your mission, your purpose, your happiness, your self-love is coinciding with the same path as them, then great, because it means that you're joined together in some point in time and then move forward. But what I'm saying is, do not sacrifice your own needs for the sake of hoping that this person will come forward. You will attract someone else on your vibration depending on where you're going, but just do not put yourself on hold. Whatever you do, I'm getting so many emails from people going, fair play, I get it. Like, I'm on the twin flame journey, I don't know what to do next. You poor thing, because it's like a trap sometimes, where you feel like if you move on, there's like this massive guilt behind it, and oh my goodness, I'm letting them down. No. If that person is meant for you, then they will always be for you, and they have to catch up. Let them do the work. Sorry, you're doing your own, you've got your own little missions and karma to resolve. You cannot be carrying and dragging some random human being who isn't prepared to do the work. We all have to do the work. None of us are here. I mean, look, some of you might be here for a holiday, but I'm here to get karma done and then go. Like, I cannot tell you how sometimes this life really tires me out, I don't want to be here for any longer than I have to be. I just want to get it done and go. Typical Mars in Aries and Mercury in Aries. Okay, let's cut this short. Let's go. Not to say I want to cut my life short, obviously. I live up to your spirit. It's your choice. Yeah, so that was the first option, again with the link with the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, right? Again, because everyone's different, I'm trying to hone this down as much as I physically can to one set of information, but it's going to be very difficult. So option 2, if this is relatable to you and you do get 2 choices, option 2, what's going to happen, please? Who is option 2? What is the distinguishing feature of option 2? Because this was the one with the book and the fox and the goodness knows what, and the dog. So it looks like this person's coming forward with like loyalty. Again, yeah. They're going to come forward with some kind of truth, okay? There's going to be some kind of information, clarity, insight, guidance. 9 of Swords, suffering in silence. There could be a defensive energy with this person, okay? That's how to distinguish them. We've also got the Triumph card, which I think is 7 of Wands. And again, it looks like a positive move forward with this person. Yeah, there's something going on with this person. So again, they're going to come forward with this truth here, okay? They're going to come forward with this truth, with this insight. This is also the Judgment card in the deck. So again, it's like they could have maybe realised their sort of choice that they made and will want to come back round and try again. I feel like also they could be sort of, you know, energetically picking up that they've got another suitor and they want to kind of stake their claim, because we've also got the Power card here, which is strength, little bit of egotistical, little bit of ego energy here, and again heart chakra. So they do have genuine emotions, but I feel like this is a little bit too egoic. And again, I'm just hearing that they're in and out. It's like they're not really staking their claim, they're kind of in and out. Okay. They probably will want to offer new beginnings, but we're just getting the obstacle challenges and stand your ground. So again, you've got the second option again, who it just doesn't feel like anything's coming to fruition. It just feels like this month you've got 2 options. One of them's probably the better of the 2, which was the first option I mentioned, which was the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And the second option looks like, again, another brilliant option, but I feel like it's going to be a bit of a cop-out. All right. Let's see. Let's pull some oracle cards here. Let's pull some Archangel oracle cards. What can you tell us, please, for outcomes for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius? What can you tell us for outcomes? I do feel like you're probably not going to get the full picture with this situation until at least maybe a couple of months afterwards. And I feel like just don't make any quick decisions. I wouldn't. I mean, honestly, if you feel like you have to, but just don't forget for that initial offering, there will be a withdrawal or a block afterwards. It's like the Wheel of Fortune looks like it's turning, it turns, and then suddenly it turns again, you know. What can you tell us, please, for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus, please, for the month of December 2019? What can you tell us, please, for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, please, for the month of December? Interesting. Clear your space. Get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use Feng Shui. So, okay, brilliant example. We had the broom here, we had the confusion. Make sure you're working on your energy and also your home, because again, if you can remove anything that you don't need from around your home and your space, this will help to clear up confusion. Trust me, it's really helpful. We've also got the Moon Cycles card, and it says, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize upon these cycles. Okay, don't forget I think we've got a full moon coming up on the 26th. All right, don't forget there is an eclipse on the 26th of December, okay, which is going to be huge for twin flame, male female energies. It's definitely going to be felt because it's on Boxing Day. There's something very poetic about this, but I feel like this is where the Tower could come in. This could also be where it's like, yay, oh no, it's that kind of thing. So just be aware of that. But the fact that's come up now, I know that the moon's currently in Scorpio today, so I think the full moon might be in Scorpio tomorrow. For next month, I've got a feeling it could be in your sign, but maybe best to check that. What else can you tell me for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus, please, signs for the month of December 2019? Yeah. And it says, Give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burden. So send your concern up to spirit. If you are concerned about this three-way triangle or you know, double three-way triangle, again, ask the angels to take that concern from you, because they're here to help. I use them all the time. Like, they're like, oh, it's you again. Yeah, me again. I'm sorry about this. I'm joking, I don't mind. They're used to me by now. Okay, what can you tell Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs for the month of... Oh, the fates. This is about divine timing and destiny, okay? Don't underestimate what the universe has in store for you. Just do not underestimate it. Guys, this has been your Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus sign reading for the month of December. Have an absolutely amazing... I'm so excited about Christmas already. It's like a month away. Manifestation central, can I just say. Have an amazing Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, my mum's side does, my dad's side doesn't. My dad's side's Muslim. Have an amazing New Year. And if you don't celebrate New Year at that time, then have a wonderful December. I'm wishing you all the very best of luck. And yeah, obviously videos are posted Monday to Friday. Tomorrow's video is going to be Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs for the month of December 2019. If you want to request a certain pick a card video, because once I've done all the astrological signs, I will be doing pick a card readings based on lots of different topics. I'm going to do a past life one next, I think. Thank you for all your likes, shares, subscriptions. It is massively appreciated. And I'm sending you all the most amazing abundance and blessings. Take care, guys. Bye.